Hello and welcome to today's December 8th daily news report, as well as ongoing stimulus package information video. If you're a subscribed member of my community, then welcome back. On this channel, I keep you in the loop on what's really going on in Washington, D.C., the U.S. economy, Biden's Build Back Better stimulus package bill, money investing, and much, much more. All right, don't forget to get your name entered to be one of the winners of the cash that Casey and I are giving away to be helpful during the holiday seasons with the rising prices with gas and food and bills and different things like that. You can use that money however you want, and I'll make sure to leave that link below. Also, I want to thank today's video sponsor, Audible, and I'm going to tell you about their amazing free offer later in this video. And at the end of this video, I'm going to share two crazy stories with you. One that is a real low-down move right before the holidays, and the other that's a really cool story about doing the right thing. All right, now there is so much going on in Washington, D.C., so I'm going to do my best to keep you in the loop in as short a video as I can, but there's so much I feel you need to be informed on, and so let's just jump right into it. All right, there are several major battles going on in Washington, D.C. First, the debt ceiling situation needs to be resolved by December 15th. Now, I told you yesterday that Mitch McConnell said Republicans would play ball and bring the 10 votes Democrats need in order to raise the debt ceiling. Well, today, Republicans are furious with Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, saying this was our chance to lower the stimulus package and you blew it. So now it's a little bit up in the air on whether Republicans will participate or not. Now, over in the House, Democrats passed two major pieces of legislation needed for Chuck Schumer. The first was the ability to raise the debt ceiling with a simple majority of 51 votes. Schumer announced this morning that he plans to call for a vote as early as tomorrow evening on the debt ceiling situation. The second bill passed in the House was the military budget, which wants to give the Pentagon $770 billion in the year 2022. Now, some believe with the United States not spending $300 million a day of taxpayer money on the Afghanistan war, that the budget should be lowered by around $100 billion going forward, and that the $100 billion should be moved over into social safety net programs that actually benefit American citizens. Bernie Sanders being the senator pushing the hardest to make this happen. However, most Democrat leaders are saying, no, let's keep the same money amount for the military, while most Republicans are saying, yes, let's lower that and then lower American taxpayers' taxes. Okay, now I have several other important news updates to share with you, but let me take just 1 minute to tell you about the free offer from Audible. I want to thank today's video sponsor, Audible. Casey and I have been using Audible to listen to audiobooks for over 6 years now. Audible helps us get through more titles because we can listen while we drive or put away laundry. Audible also has podcasts, meditations, and Audible originals through their Audible Plus catalog. With the holidays around the corner, Audible has a special offer of 3 months for 60% off. So you can use this to treat yourself or someone you love to several great audiobooks. In fact, this is a great time of year to listen to Daring Greatly by Brené Brown. It's one of Casey and I's favorite books on life and self-improvement. For my community members, Audible has made a very generous offer. They're going to give you a 30-day free trial. Just go to audible.com/Stephen Gardner or text Stephen Gardner to 500-500 to get your free trial. What a great time of year to get a free book and fall in love with Audible just like Casey and I have. Now, make sure to click the link below and get your free offer, and I'll make sure to leave that link below for you. Senator Joe Manchin going home for Thanksgiving and speaking with actual Americans that are struggling may have been the worst thing for Biden's agenda. Senator Joe Manchin said in an interview last night that tackling the rising cost of food, gas, and goods because of high inflation is more important than passing Biden's aspirational spending bill. So he may actually be putting the death knell in Biden's stimulus package. Manchin said he worries passing Biden's bill does very little for the American people and will make prices go up even more. Now, people in Washington, D.C. laughed at him when he was saying this, while at the same time, President Biden and Jerome Powell were saying, inflation is transitory, it'll go away, it's not a big deal. Well, that couldn't be further from the truth. It is a big deal. We now know that this wasn't true, and that many Americans are feeling inflation in their wallets and in their tight monthly budgets. In fact, a new poll from Monmouth University this week found that the number one worry for most Americans right now is the rising cost of things that they buy every day. Patrick Murray, the director of the independent Monmouth University Polling Institute, said, concerns about inflation have taken center stage in discussions around Americans' kitchen tables. And as one would expect, many are placing the blame squarely on Washington, D.C. Democrat Representative Don Bayer from Virginia said, Democrats have basically handed Republicans the best talking points ever going into the 2022 election. Americans are feeling pain in their pocketbooks, he says, and he hopes it will go away before the election. Chuck Schumer was asked how Biden's Build Back Better stimulus package bill will lower Americans' bills like Democrats keep promising. He said it will make pre-kindergarten free and lower the percentage cost of daycare. So basically, he admitted that the help will only go to people with very young children, and that this idea of lowering the price of gas and food at the grocery store has zero connection to Biden's Build Back Better plan. So we keep hearing over and over again, this will lower your bills, this will lower your bills, this will lower your bills. But as of today, Schumer said it basically will only lower the bills for people with kids in the pre-kindergarten age. Now, Manchin said his party is trying to use budget reconciliation, a tool used to make small budget corrections, to make major changes in our country. It was never designed to do that, Manchin says. So the Build Back Better stimulus package could undergo some serious changes in the Senate in the next few days. I can think of several areas they could change and lower the price right now. I also think they could do way more stimulus that actually benefits the American people. But what do I know? I'm just a guy on YouTube. All right, now speaking of Joe Manchin, he and his colleague, Senator John Tester from Montana, said that they will vote against Biden's continued authority to use federal taxpayer money to enforce vaccine mandates. This goes against their party's wishes, but both say using taxpayer money to force a medical procedure on people seems wrong. Right now, there are 52 senators ready to vote the president's authority on vaccines away. However, President Biden said he will veto the bill in order to keep power for himself. Okay, now, some good news that isn't from Washington, D.C. Many economists are saying the price of gas could come down by 50 to 60 cents a gallon in January. Not because Biden released 1.5 days worth of oil, but because oil companies' numbers show that they are daily pumping a little more oil out of the ground each and every day. They say that as supply and demand find harmony, the price of gas at the pump should come back down. So basically, when they run the two lines and they intersect on where the price of gas could come down, they're saying it's falling somewhere in the month of January. So anyway, I'm fingers crossed. I'm really hoping this is true because high gas prices is likely the number one contributor to higher everything prices, right? So if they can get those prices down, that would help so many Americans. Now, next, they need to focus on the supply chain crisis, port crisis, and the trucking crisis. Once they get a handle on those bottlenecks, we could see things really start to open back up, which would then drive the price of things down again. Anyway, I wanted to share this potentially good news that had nothing to do with Washington, D.C. As I read your comments, I know the high price of gas is affecting many of you and your budget, and so I wanted to share that potential good news with you. By the way, thank you guys so much for giving this video a like. I really appreciate it, and I love bringing you guys the news. Okay, now, the two crazy stories I promised you, and then we'll wrap it up for the day. The CEO of Better.com called for a company-wide meeting earlier this week. Being December, the lending and mortgage group employees thought, hey, maybe there's an announcement about raises or Christmas bonuses. But instead, the CEO fired 900 people on the Zoom call all at once. I mean, this is a low-down trick, right? The strangest part was he started off the Zoom meeting by bragging about how he had raised $750 million in order to expand the company and make it even better. 3 executives at Better.com were so disgusted by the actions of the CEO that they quit as soon as the Zoom call ended. Talk about a Grinch move right before the holidays. Now, I'd be curious to know what you think about this story. Was this a smart move right before the holidays by this guy who just raised $750 million to make his company better? Or was this a Grinch move? Maybe let me know in the comments. It was a good move or it was a Grinch move. Okay, the next story. A few years ago, a rock climber in France scaled Mont Blanc. When he got to the top of this very difficult climb, he found a bunch of sapphires and emeralds at the top. Not knowing what to do with it, but wanting to be honest, he handed these rare and very expensive jewels valued at $168,000 over to police. After several years of no one claiming the jewels, the police gave the climber $84,000 and then kept the rest to help fund the police department in that part of France. So what do you think about this story? Does this make you want to start rock climbing? I'm just kidding. What do you think of the story? Should this man have been rewarded for doing the right thing and then waiting several years to see if someone came forward? Or should the police have waited until somebody actually showed up? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. You know, doing the right thing doesn't always have to be rewarded, but it is kind of cool to hear a story of somebody being handsomely rewarded after doing the right thing when nobody would have known that he had all of those rare and expensive jewels. Anyway, kind of a cool story. Wanted to put that next to a Grinch move and share that with you. All of these stories today were trending in the news. All right, now this is my update for today. As I know more, I will definitely come on and share more. A couple of big votes could be happening in the Senate. Also, all of the senators are starting to discuss Biden's Build Back Better stimulus package, and I'll be here all week to let you know about it. Now, before you go, make sure to get your name entered to be one of the winners of the money that Casey and I are giving away. It's our way of giving back during these holiday seasons. Also, make sure to get your free trial and free audiobook from Audible. What a great gift right now before the holidays. And let me know in the comments, what book are you going to get? I'll make sure to leave that link below. Now, before you go, I just want to remind you that you are amazing. I appreciate you being in my community, and I'll see you on the next video.